Well, the palace is said to be furious after Prince Charles was revealed as the royal who asked about Archie's skin colour. In a new book, a well-placed source claims the Duke posed the question shortly after Harry and Meghan announced their engagement.
But in another big twist, the book's author says Prince Charles' curiosity was seized upon by scheming courtiers to give it a racist spin.
Earlier this year, I reported on the allegations from Meghan Markle that her family, the royal family of the United Kingdom, had wondered what the race of her and her husband Prince Harry's child would be. But at that time, they weren't releasing any names, leading the public to speculate that it was Prince Philip, who passed away this summer at the age of 99. But a bombshell new book alludes to the fact that it was Harry's father, the successor to the British crown, Prince Charles, who is the curious one.
First to the racism claims, how damaging could this be for Charles's reputation? It's understood his lawyers have been contacted.
Well, it's not good, but I can't see even if the lawyers have been contacted, what's he going to do about it? The book's been published in America by Chris Anderson. And I can't see them taking on a big legal case, given that it was Meghan and Harry that kicked all this off with the claims of racism anyway. Look, we don't know it's Prince Charles. It sounds very unlikely, and the palace have hit back by saying this is just a work of fiction. It does sound unlikely it's Prince Charles, to be brutally honest with you.
New York Times bestselling author Christopher Anderson's new book says that on November 27, 2017, the day Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's engagement was revealed, Prince Charles asked his wife Camilla, quote, "I wonder what the children will look like." Camilla was, quote, somewhat taken aback and replied, "Well, absolutely gorgeous, I'm certain." Charles allegedly lowered his voice and asked, "I mean, what do you think their children's complexion might be?" And while this is certainly explosive, there are many coming to the defense of the royal family, noting that the curious grandfather's questioning was spinned into something nefarious and malicious, reaching a fabricated toxicity by the time the story actually reached the couple. In that famous interview with Oprah, Harry and Meghan actually had two different timelines for when the remarks happened, with Harry saying they happened when the two first got together back in 2016, and Meghan saying it happened while she was pregnant. Oprah did not push either of them on these differing details. This doesn't mean that they're making up the story, but it's a good indication that the rumors from within the palace walls may have distorted what was actually said and the intent behind it. Page 6, which reported on the book's claims, says, quote, "The author presents it as if the curiosity of Charles was seized upon and twisted by scheming courtiers to give it a racist spin. By the time the repackaged account reached the ears of Harry and Meghan, it had reached peak toxicity. Regardless, the relationship between Harry and his father has been permanently damaged, with the younger prince saying that his father, quote, stopped taking my calls, and later telling Oprah he knows what pain feels like, and Archie is his grandson." He goes on to make a really astute point about the nature of growing up as the most notable family in the world, saying they only know what they know. Prince Charles has had a rough enough time in the public opinion courts for some time now, as polls show that the majority of Brits want the crown to be passed directly to William. These allegations certainly don't help his case. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.